Hello, are you here to debate?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your name, age, and pronouns?
My name is Chris. I am 31, and my pronouns are he.
All right, Chris, what are you here to debate about today?
I guess I suppose I'll go to the top there with trans women are women.
Absolutely, they are. Yep.
Okay, so would you date a trans woman?
Yeah. Is she thick?
Uh, that's not the point. I'm just
Well, that
asking,
would
would
be
you
my
date a trans
criteria.
woman?
If she's thick enough. Yeah, that would be my criteria.
Okay,
I don't date beat like flag boys.
so so you're homosexual.
No, she's a woman. Why wouldn't I date her?
So then why are you putting trans in front of it?
It's an adjective. Do you know how
So then that
adjectives
means
work?
it's not a woman. Trans woman.
Adjectives do not change the noun. The noun is still woman. The adjective just describes the noun. That's how adjectives work.
Yeah, so man that thinks it's a woman.
Nope, it would be a trans woman.
Right,
Trans
not a real
women are
woman.
women. No, it would be women whose gender identity don't align with their sex. That's what What do you think trans means? Like, what do you think that word means?
It means pretending.
No. Wait, are you being serious?
Well, in this sense, it does.
Do you know what like the actual word? No, I'm asking if you know what like the actual word means.
Transition?
No,
That's not what trans means here?
no, that's not what trans has ever meant. Trans
Oh,
is
okay.
short for transgender, so we'd be saying a transgender woman. Transgender means that your gender identity does not align with the phenotypic representation of your sex.
So it doesn't mean transition.
Nope.
So when
never
they say I'm
meant transition.
transitioning, they're lying?
That's just nope. That's just a separate word.
Oh, it's
That's
a separate word.
Separate word. Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's fun, dude.
So why would you date a trans woman?
Hell no, dude.
Why not? Why not?
And you know damn well you wouldn't either.
Why not? I absolutely would. Why not?
Because they have a dick.
What if they don't?
They did.
What if
and
they
an Adam's
don't?
apple with a deeper
All
voice
women.
than yours.
Oh my god, my guy. You know all women have Adam's apples, right?
Well, yeah, but you can't see it like on a man.
Doesn't
I don't know
matter.
if you know the
They
difference.
still
Maybe
have
you don't.
them. You know they have. And first of all, yes, you can. Some women you can see their Adam's apple. Do you understand
and it makes
how?
them look more what? Masculine?
No, it just makes them look like a woman with an Adam's apple.
Okay.
I don't know how you can have this conversation. You don't even know biology.
I don't know biology, but you're calling trans women women.
Yes, woman would not be a biological category. Woman is a sociological category. So I don't need to know biology to know what a woman is. I would need to know biology.
So then why are you bringing up biology? Then why are you bringing up biology?
Because
then?
you mentioned an Adam's apple, which would be a biological
So then
characteristic.
it shouldn't matter.
What? You brought it up, dog.
I know, because it's fact. A man's Adam's apple is bigger than women's on average, is it not?
Most things that men have are bigger than women on average because males tend to be bigger than females on average.
Oh, yeah, you got caught up on that one. You accidentally said the logical truth there.
Well, not really. It would still be right. It would still be accurate for me to say men are typically bigger than women.
You did. So I guess that's done with that one.
Do you know what a debate is? Here, let me ask you a question.
You're not going to convince me, and I'm not going to convince you.
Yeah, because you are.
I'm just going to shed light on what's going on.
Yes, you're allergic to facts. So if I brought up something, you would say, "Well, that doesn't work," right? So because you really you thought you ate with that, and you didn't. You're still starving. Let me just ask you: if trans women can't be women, that would mean there is something necessary to woman as a gender that trans women do not possess. Is this correct?
Yes.
Great. What is that necessary condition that you must have to be a woman?
You got to menstruate, and you have to be able to have a baby pregnant.
Okay,
and
so
have
women
the reproductive organs.
So women who are born with vaginal agenesis, so they don't have that reproductive organs, they would not be women.
That's a mutation. That's a mutation.
What do you think? What do you think a necessary condition is?
A necessary condition for what?
Well, what do you think the phrase necessary condition means?
It means condition.
A condition that is what?
Necessary.
Can there be exceptions in a necessary?
Right, that's a mutation you just named.
Can there be exceptions in a necessary? If something is necessary, can it have any exceptions?
Why are you so focused on these words?
If something is necessary, well, because you don't know the English language. If something is necessary, can it have
Clearly, you
exceptions?
don't.
Yes or no?
You're calling trans women women.
If something is necessary, can it have exceptions? Yes or no?
If something is necessary, can it have
Exceptions would
everything
be the
has
word.
exceptions.
Then,
Everything has exceptions.
it's
Nothing's
not
perfect.
then it's not necessary, friend. Necessary things cannot have exceptions. It's physically impossible. That's the whole point of it being necessary. If you can exist in the
So
category
you don't
without having
think
the thing that's
women
necessary, then that
don't
thing
need
is
to
not
have
necessary.
reproductive organs to make babies and
I
menstruate?
don't think women need reproductive.
You
I
think
don't
a
think
man
women
can do
need
that?
reproductive organs to be women. No, I
Do
don't
you think a
reduce.
man
I
can
don't
have a
reduce
baby or
women down
menstruate?
to their ability to have babies. I
Do
don't think
you
that's what
think a
makes them
man
women.
can menstruate or have a baby?
No,
The answer
I
is
don't
no.
think. Well, yes, some men can. I don't think males can.
Men cannot. You already
Well,
answered
some
the
men
question.
can. Some men can.
No, really.
Yes, some men
Name a
can.
guy
Yeah.
that got pregnant and had a baby.
My friend Jaden got pregnant and had a baby.
Yeah, that's a woman.
He has a whole TikTok about it.
That's a woman.
Can you define woman?
Yeah, the proper chromosomes, reproductive organs to have a baby.
That's the so
female.
when I go to the dictionary, it's going to say the proper chromosomes. That's the definition of woman.
Well, I don't care what the dictionary says. I'm telling you what my requirements for a woman is.
Okay, so your requirement of a woman is they have to have the proper chromosomes. What are those
Correct.
chromosomes?
XY?
Yeah, let's go with that. I agree. In order to be a woman, you must have XY chromosomes. I agree with you. I'm on your side now. I agree.
Okay, so what is the next topic that you have there?
I don't think we need to go any further, dog. You got me. XY chromosomes make you a woman. You did it.
Maybe it's XX and I got confused. I mean, it's one of them.
Kind of seems weird to say that like I have a qualifier of being a woman, but then not know what the qualifier is. Kind of seems odd. And like I said, you don't know biology.
What do you mean? Did I not just give you like what a woman is though?
No, you didn't. You gave me what a male is. You didn't give me what a woman is. Because you don't even know the chromosomal makeup that makes a woman.
I misspoken. I misspoke. It's XX.
No, you're right. XY chromosomes are women. I agree with you.
Okay. But
everybody,
you do know there's
got
a
XY
defining
chromosomes,
definition there,
guys,
right?
you're a woman.
But you do know that does dictate, right?
No, that
your
would be
chromosomes dictate whether you're a man or a woman.
No, that would be an example of the male sex or the female sex. That wouldn't be a definition of woman. It would be an example.
Well,
of
that's my definition.
Yes, I understand.
And you can't tell me what my definition is.
Where do you get your definition from?
My own instincts. I've guessed correct on every single time I've been with a woman that was actually a woman.
Your definition is instinct.
Right. And it's never been wrong yet.
My definitions are based on like actual neuroscience and neurobiology. So I'm gonna.
So you don't even believe your own instinct?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that over instincts. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. You're going to believe what studies say over your own instincts.
100% every single time.
Wow.
Yeah, my instincts can be wrong. Repeatable scientific data has a less likelihood of being wrong.
Well, I've never guessed wrong yet.
I'm not talking about guessing what? What the fuck are you talking about?
If someone's a man or a woman?
You don't even know what
I've never had to sit there and ask and be like, hey, are you a woman? You don't even know what a
necessary condition to be a woman is. You don't know what a woman is.
I do.
Then what is the necessary condition?
I already told you this. We're just going in circles.
What would it be?
To menstruate, have reproductive organs to make a baby.
Menstruation, reproductive organs.
Since I'm a man and I want to be with a woman.
Wait, just real quick, guys. Let's just go over this. Menstruation, having a baby, and reproductive organs are necessary to be a woman. So if you lack these three things, you cannot be a woman because the guest says it is necessary. Let's see how this next question goes. What if someone's born with vaginal agenesis and they don't have a reproductive system? What are they?
They're mutated.
What's their gender?
They're mutated.
So now we have a third
And
gender called mutated?
No, we don't have a third gender. We have a
Oh,
mutation.
okay. So what is their gender?
I really wouldn't know, to be honest.
So then what's
But I'm not going to allow 0.1% of the population to dictate what I vocabulary as a woman or a man.
We'll start over since you can't follow. If there is a category that you do not allow someone in, that means there would be a necessary requirement to fit into that category. There is something you must have to be in this category. You said the thing that you must have is a reproductive system. So if someone doesn't have this reproductive system, what category should they be in? Because they cannot be in the category that has a necessary requirement. They can't be in that category. So what category should they be in?
I already told you, it's some type of mutation.
So are they men or women? So they're
I'm sorry,
neither?
I can't hear you. Hold on.
They're neither? So we have a third gender category
Right,
called
it's
neither.
a mutation.
So there are three genders. There's man, woman, and neither.
Correct, they're neither. They're mutated.
So we have three genders.
No, the mutation isn't a gender.
So then what gender are they?
They don't have one.
So there's a third gender category called nothing.
That's not a category. It's just mutation.
It would have to be a category.
It's unfortunate.
What category would they fit?
That there's a mutation like that people can't be like.
What category would
grown
they fit
adults
in?
and have babies.
What category would they be in?
I don't really put people in categories like that. They're
Yes,
not
you
a man
do.
or a woman.
Yeah, wait, you don't put people in categories yet trans people can't be women? Why not? If you don't put people in categories, why can't they be women?
Because they're not.
But you don't put people into categories, so why can't they be?
Because
right
that's
now,
the way they were born.
So you do put people into categories.
Of what they are.
So the lie
that's
detector
not
test
me.
determined
That's not me putting them in a category. That's just what reality
determined
is.
that was a lie. So I'll ask you again, what gender would someone with vaginal agenesis be?
I mean, I guess they would technically be a female, a woman, but just with a mutation.
So women do not have to have reproductive organs in order to be a woman.
0.1% of the population, bud. You're talking about a small percentage of people.
Thank you. I don't care what the frequency is. It destroys your rule. Your rule was it is necessary in order to be a woman. To have the thing that is necessary to be a woman, you have to have reproductive organs. We've realized that that's not correct. So I'll ask you, so now that we know it's not reproductive organs, what is the actual necessary thing required to be a woman?
That's it.
No, you've already conceded that that's not it. So what's the actual thing?
That's literally it, bud. You're just going around in circles.
You have quite literally already conceded that they can be women without having reproductive systems. So what would be the actual
unfortunate.
thing?
It's like 0.1% of people in the world. What, like 10,000 people have this? 100,000 people maybe? Come on, 350 million people in America.
The frequency does not matter. It breaks the necessary.
It does matter, bud. It does.
No, it doesn't, because it breaks the category rule.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't. That's not how categories work. Categories don't work by what is the most prevalent. They work by what is necessary. If you're barring someone from, I can't believe I have to say this for the fifth time. If you're barring someone from a category, that means there must be something that is necessary to have to fit into that category. So the minute there is even one person that fits into the category without having that necessary thing, then that thing is no longer necessary to be in the category. It's instantly done. That's how this works.
Yeah, for like a small percentage of people. That doesn't work for the majority of people.
Nope, that would now break the entirety of the rule of the category.
The entirety of the rule.
Yes, it would break the entirety of the rule of that category. Yes.
What rule? What rule?
The necessary condition.
What rule?
The rule. The necessary
conditions. Fuck those necessary conditions. I'm talking about my opinion.
Yes, your opinion should be backed by logic. And if you can't logically defend your position, which you're currently not doing, your opinion is bullshit. Opinions can be wrong. Fun fact.
Yeah, they're subjective. This is not subjective.
So is it your opinion?
You can't go fuck a man and make him pregnant.
You just said it's my opinion, but now you're saying opinions are subjective? Like you just said it's your opinion.
Opinions are subjective.
Great. So your opinion on who is or is not a man is subjective to you. It's not an objective fact. It's your subjective opinion. Fun fact.
Well, I base my opinions off of facts.
No, you don't.
I base my opinions off of facts.
No, you don't.
And the fact that you can't get a man pregnant by coming inside of him means he's not a woman.
You actually don't base your opinion on fact, because when I asked you where you
is it a fact that you can't get a man pregnant if you come inside of him?
When I asked you where you
get
your information,
can you get a man pregnant if you come inside of him? I asked you a question.
When I asked you where you get your information,
the answer is no.
Instinct.
The answer is no. Since you won't answer my question, I'll answer it for you.
When I asked you where you get your information, you said instinct. So your opinions are not based on fact. You've already conceded that they are not. So try again.
Why won't you answer my questions, dog? Can you get a man pregnant by coming inside of him?
No, there are also some women that I can't get pregnant by coming inside of them. What does that fucking matter?
But they're a woman. How did you know that they're a woman?
They're a woman because
how did you know they were a woman?
Because their gender identity aligns with their social schema on the female sex.
But no. You knew it before then. You knew they were a woman before that.
I wouldn't know somebody's a woman without them. I wouldn't know somebody's a woman without them telling me. I can only infer that they might be a woman.
So you pretend like you don't know people are women and men.
No, I wouldn't know somebody's gender unless I'm specifically told by them, because gender.
I know you're a man. I didn't have to ask you that. Did you know that I didn't have to ask you that and I knew? How did I magically know?
Can you define gender for me?
How did I know you were a man?
Can you define gender for me?
But how did I know you were a man?
I don't really.
Is my instinct right?
I don't care how you know. Can you define?
But is my instinct correct here? Was it? Am I magic?
Can you define gender for me?
Should I go to the casino with these odds since I've guessed correct on every single person I've met?
Can you define gender for me?
I can.
So do it.
And there's only two. And there's only two, man and woman.
Define gender for me then.
But hey, did you agree with that? That there's only two genders?
Define gender.
And you can't pick which one you are. Just like you can't pick your age, your height, your race, or where you're from.
You can't pick your gender. Define gender.
You're not allowed to do that.
I know you're afraid to answer the question. I'm still waiting on you to define gender.
No, you're afraid to answer questions. You're afraid to have a real logical conversation. And I instinctually knew you were a man. How the fuck did I know that?
Your logic. You've broken your logic multiple times. And in fact, what I'll do, guys,
how did I know you were a man, though?
In the edit, I'll just go back to where you broke your own logic. I'll timestamp it in the video. I'll timestamp every time you broke your own logic. So I'll ask you the question again.
I don't care.
I'll ask you the question
You can do whatever you want.
Define gender.
Gender is between man and woman.
That would be examples of gender. I asked you to define gender. If I told you define car and you said Ford, that would be wrong. So I'll ask it again, and maybe you can answer the question correctly this time. Define
gender. Gender is someone's sex. That's your sex.
So your definition of gender is sex. So define sex. Should be easy.
Hello?
Yeah, you said your gender is your sex, so define sex.
Yeah, your sex.
What is sex? Define it.
Your chromosomes. What side you're on? Whether you can ejaculate or receive a seed and make a baby.
Define it. That would be examples of sexual characteristics. I asked you to define sex. I don't know how you're going to have rigid things with these things when you don't know what these things are. How can you say I have rigid concepts?
But how did I know you're a man? How did I know you're a man if I don't know what gender is? But somehow I know you're a man.
I don't care if you knew I was a man. That has nothing to do with the conversation.
Of course you don't care, because it's fact. It's logic. You can't roll with that. You got to nitpick little bullshit.
What's the relevance?
Irrelevance. I knew you were a man.
What is the relevance?
How?
What is the relevance to the
conversation? How did I know that?
How did I know? What is the relevance to the conversation?
Is it because you have a full-grown beard?
What is the relevance to the conversation? Is it because you have bass in your voice?
It's because you probably have a dick between your legs?
To the
That's the stuff that makes you a man.
I know you're running away because
not a
you
woman.
Can't answer these questions. But what is the relevance to the conversation at hand? Stop running and address the questions.
I'm not running. I'm addressing it straight to you. How did I know you were a man?
You are halfway across the country with how much you've ran. What is the relevance of you knowing whether I'm a man or not? What's the relevance?
He said I'm halfway across the country. That's funny.
What's the relevance?
The relevance of you being a man, it's an example of how I know difference between a man and a woman without having to ask.
So you think you can get it right every single time?
99.9%. Unless I go to Taiwan,
that means you can get it wrong.
Then I might get tricked.
That means you can get it wrong. That means there are people that will meet your phenotypic perception of what you believe men and women are. Also, you knowing somebody's a man has nothing to do with their chromosomes. What if my chromosomes were XY? You said chromosomes are what make you a woman. If my chromosomes were XY and you looked at me, what am I? If
You're
I
a man,
looked like
bud.
this, but my chromosomes were XY, what would I be? What would I be?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, if my chromosomes were XX. I forgot we were going off of his chromosomes earlier. So yeah, do you have an answer for the question or no?
Yeah, you're XX. I said that. You're a man.
Yes, I know. We were okay. The joke's over your head. Let me respond. Let me rephrase it. If my chromosomes were XX and I looked like I do now, what would I be?
You'd be a man.
What if my chromosomes were XY and I looked like I do now?
You'd be female.
Would I be a man or a woman?
Females are women. Males are men.
So someone can look just like me and be a woman.
They could. They could be. But
Okay,
I haven't met one yet.
So just confirm it. You haven't met a trans man with a beard?
No, I have
Maybe
not.
leave the house more. I don't know what to tell you. I've met tons
So
of people.
notice how you said trans man.
What do you think trans means? Do we have to go over this? We went over this at the start of the conversation.
But why didn't you just say woman?
Why would
Because
I call a
there's a
trans man
difference.
why would I call a trans man a woman?
Because there's a difference.
What do you think a trans man is?
Why'd you call it trans?
What do you think a trans man is?
A trans man?
Yep.
That is a woman that is trying to be a man. And a trans woman is a man trying to be a woman.
So why would I call a trans man a woman?
Because it's not.
So you would be attracted to a trans man because they're women. I assume you're attracted to women.
Yes.
So you'd be attracted to trans men?
No.
Why not?
Not at all.
Why not? They're women.
Because I know they were born male, and they probably don't look as good as an actual female.
I'm sorry.
Like the soft facial features, the curves,
you think
and shit.
trans men were born male?
No, trans men were born female.
Bro, you are legitimately too dumb to have this conversation. Yo.